Actually, you were not at this point. You were more or less here when we stopped the scene, right outside the tower. And don't be distracted by the tokens. You're getting out of the tower and getting into the Sinai and taking off, because Cody had seen a big troop movement, Rephaim troop movement towards the tower. And now in the Sinai, you can have taken anything you want with you. But what do you take? I assume you take some of the alchemical stuff, and the journal, and the wine, and what else?
Some of the modified flechettes.
Anything else?
Let's take that scope.
Okay, yeah. The scope is not special. It's like a heavy scope, but you could just requisite a heavy scope from the. But the programming is special, so yeah. Also, you have had time to like do what you want here before you set the place on fire. So if you want to say, "Oh, I actually took that with me later on," you have to use a Benny to say, "Yeah, I remember to take that with me." So don't need to like think a lot about it right now. But anything you want from the tower, you have had time to pack it into the C9. Okay, you start going, driving away. Cody starts driving, and then the troop gets close and starts shooting at you. They're out of like effective range, so I'm not going to go into miniature turn order and stuff, but they start shooting at you. Let's do that at least. So you're driving, and there is machine gun fire. Yeah, and they're coming close, and it's a big group. You're not going to be able to fight them off, at least not easily. They're very big. But then Osmodius, he is keeping an eye on them with his binoculars. He sees something, and if you guys let me do it for you. He sees. Do you see the scene now, guys?
Yes.
Yes. So up on the left, like what's it called, mountain face there on the top, he sees someone like jump off, and the person is in the air, and all of a sudden he gets wings and flies down to the top of the tower, and he sees him starting to put out the fire, and after a moment he can't see that good because the smoke is covering a lot now. The fire is taking off even stronger. But then he sees him jump off again and soar. What's the word? Soar down into the valley and catch a termite and get up in the air and like soar away. And you, Venandi, you remember that you have seen this before. Um, More specifically, it was the pirate.
It's Vicious Vic.
It's Vicious Vic. Yes, Vicious Vic has that. Uses that a lot. You can't see him. You didn't see the guy, but that's him. And he's fly off. And but then at that moment, the Rephaim troops get close, and they surround the tower, but they don't follow you anymore. You guys, let me now change the scene. So you guys get. This is a really long map, you have to zoom out to see the... So down here, have you zoomed out so you can see the whole map, guys?
Yeah, you hold down your Alt key and then you scroll your mouse wheel down.
Yes, awesome. So that at the bottom, that dot at the bottom, it was this tower, and the dot at the top is the outpost. So you get close to the outpost, and you see you can't see the Rephaim move anymore, but you see a big enough explosion from the tower that you know now that it's completely destroyed. You don't know why, what happened, or what, but that happened. Right. So now you're back at the outpost. Okay. And I'm gonna give you... Oh, I have to change myself also. 1 moment. Right. I'm gonna give you like a rundown. Oh, these guys are long. Let me remove... Oh, those rocks are not gone, but yeah, I removed them also. Those yellow things, they're not gone, but yeah. Anyway, like, let me give you a little description of your situation right now. So your orders were to guard the outpost, okay? And they were really loose, like this. Everyone was looking at this post as like a vacation area, right? So just guard the outpost and then take it easy. So you have really, really vague orders. On top of that, you had no senior knight. So this is like really, really non-standard, right? You have no one that can take executive decisions in your group. So you decided to take out that tower. One could say that was according to your orders. Could say, like, with some stretching of the meaning of things, you can say, we had to take out the tower to guard our post. Like, someone could say that. The other sergeants that were here and the knights that came and saw what happened with the refugees, they were all on your side. So all of them, they, like, most of them wanted to come along, but they understood that you had to be the group to do this thing. They like, everyone saw that was the correct thing to do, to take out the tower from what they had done, the vampire had done. So you can be sure, and I'm telling you out of character, that they will not like reveal anything to anyone. So, however, the church will see this explosion eventually, and it will come out that you were there. But then you could say that, yeah, we had to take out the tower because we had to guard the post. Like, that's the way to go. So that's where you are. Now you have also this stuff you had taken with you. There were some alchemical things that your characters have no idea what they are. You have a feeling that it could be a good thing for the church to figure out what's happening in that. So there could be an idea to give this to the church. However, then you would have to come with an explanation. The same thing is true for this program that removes the chance of hitting one's allies, and for the journal. And also for the bullets, if you want someone to take a look at it. Of course, if you meet someone, you could, for example, ask one of the sergeants here to take a look at the bullets, or someone who has a repair or something. For example, Kuminsu, He's got here while you're away. He got here maybe, and he could take a look at the boot. So you don't have to like go with them to the whole church. So if you want to share those things with the church, that's up to you, and you have a feeling that the church will benefit from them. So that's your situation now. And there are some ways to go. Like one way is to say like, let's just put everything we got into the cellar of the bunker and forget about what happened. Like don't do anything. Eventually the explosion will come out. The church force will figure out that it exploded, but then we will just say we had to take it out. Not talk. That means don't say anything to anyone. That's one way to go. The other way to go is to like call up the church and tell them everything, like exactly what you did. So that's in the other end. Tell them everything, and that way they will know much more fast what happened, and they can take a decision fast and like start analyzing this alchemical stuff faster. So that's in the other end. But then you like have exposed yourself a lot, or at least been honest a lot. Third way is maybe like somewhere in the middle. Divulge some of it, share some of it, or maybe like not lie, but stretch the truth a little bit and say something else. So this is some things you can decide. I'm gonna tell you that there's no correct solution. All these different paths, there are consequences, and what's the opposite of consequence in English? um, like good stuff will also come of it.
Well, the church already knows about the victims who had their tongues removed because Padre had contacted them after the fight and requested supplies, some
Yes,
food
and they came and
and
took them.
medicine.
Yeah.
Yes, and the church delivered those supplies. And so I think that we should tell the church that while we were distributing the supplies to the victims, the vampire was still shooting at us. So we decided to go after him. And while we were there, we found a necromantic communication device, and we found some modified flechettes and a program that prevents friendly fire when it's installed on a rifle scope, so that rifle can't hit friendlies when the scope is used and the trigger's pulled. But I think Cody, start trying to translate the journal now. While we're discussing these things, use that tablet there to start translating it, and Osmodeus, copy the program onto another tablet so that we have a backup copy. And what do you guys think?
Hello.
Oh, sorry. I couldn't push the button. Well, I mean, do you mean like in terms of should we lie about this, or should we like just come out and tell it outright?
Yeah, what do you think?
Um, yeah, I think. I mean, I think Padre would like to, just tell the truth because I mean he's a priest and he doesn't want to lie. If we do lie, I think he'll be a bit nervous and uncomfortable.
Yeah, we all should actually. I mean, we're knights of the church. I agree with that.
Okay, so you're gonna more or less tell the whole thing as it happened.
Yeah, and we should offer to upload the friendly fire program to them so that they could take a look at it
Oh, so
after Osmodeus finishes making a copy.
okay, yeah. So Osbonius is not here. However, he has no specific skill that will help him in doing that copy. If someone has electronics, that will help.
Cody
However,
does.
anyone can do it, but it will take a long time. But like if you want to do it in a orderly fashion, someone with electronics can do it.
Yeah, Cody has electronics.
Cody has electronics. Okay. What about Kuminsu? Do you have it? I think he's maybe not.
I can't get into his character sheet.
No. Okay. Wait a moment. Cody. No, Kuminsu. Maybe we should didn't touch him till he's online. I don't know why.
Yeah, he has a D6 in electronic.
Okay, so someone roll for. Is that Cody? Or is that Kuminsu? Okay, yeah. So he took a copy of that thing. And then he's going to upload it to the church network. What about the journal?
What about what?
The journal. You said something about the journal.
Yes, Cody, good job on that copy. Please start translating the journal using the tablet.
Okay, so that's going to take like an hour or two or something for him to scan it in and send it up to the church network. Oh well, no, he's not going to do that, but he's going to translate it, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So you guys start that. I'm gonna just see where is Fatal. Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. So also, when you guys get back, there's been another assignment, and you have a new member in your group. So you guys start with all this activity and talking about what to do, and then this knight, he is also there. He presents himself, I think. Or what do you say,
Does
Mr.
the
Su?
squad have like a designation, like squad 456 of battalion?
Actually, we do. We have never talked about that. We have a number, but we have also the name, and that the name is that Purgandorum lancea luceu. That means purging light lance. But that's like a nickname. It's a
Okay.
long nickname, but we also have a number. But I have not chosen one. You can choose one for this lance. We can also do it later. But if you have a number you want to be called.
I mean, that depends if they have a number they want the squad to be called. Because, I mean, he's going to be asking for that. He's a fucking new guy, right? Like.
Right. So you guys want to decide on the number now? I can do it also.
I vote 316.
316, yeah. Okay, so we're squad 316.
Cool.
Let me write it down in the chat. Or Lance, actually. Lance 316.
All right. Well, yeah, he's just like I'm looking for Lance 316. I've been assigned to them. You guys know where they.
That's us. Welcome.
Oh, okay. I'm Kunmin, so just got out of training. Look forward to working with you all.
Hello, my son. Are you to be our next knight? Padre says.
Yes, I shall be. I shall look forward to killing these disgusting Rathians and hopefully make their world burn a little bit.
That's the spirit. Good to hear, my boy. You should become a great member of this here land. But remember, always walk with God. and never do anything out of hate. And Padre just takes up his Bible and starts flicking through the pages.
Well, there's no pages. It's a tablet.
Oh, it just flicks through the tablet then.
Yes. Swipes.
Oh yeah, swipe.
Awesome.
That thing just doesn't have the same awesome feel as just an old man whipping out a Bible, going like, going for the.
It is like double. It's a double tablet with two sides. So when he opens it, it looks like a book, but there's no pages.
Much fancy.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Then we're gonna move things along. You scan through the. You have a couple of days left here. If you want to do anything, you're welcome to do it. There's not going to happen any like event or anything. It's just going to be smoke coming from that tower, and that's it. However, you do translate the book eventually. And
I mean, I'd assume couldn't he ask about the smoke over there if they know anything about that? If it's something we should be wary of, if the enemy is amassing or something.
Good call. Osmodius, look at that smoke with your scope and see what you can tell us.
there's I have nothing to tell you as a GM. There's no issue with.
Well, no, it's mostly in reference to the squad. If they knew why there was that smoke over there, because from I believe what is read.
Oh, you mean that in a way that you don't know what happened down there? Or you guys gonna tell them? Yes. So I assume that you tell them what happened. I mean, you're gonna tell everyone, right? More or less. Right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, you know everything that happened in the event there. Right. And there's nothing special about the smoke there. But now you're like up to date with all the events. They tell you what happened. Eventually, maybe it takes a day to translate the journal. You get it back. I haven't written the whole journal, but I've written like the highlights of what you find out. So this is what he translated the Aramaic to, and I'm gonna read it for you. So it says, Talita's journal, Saturday 16th prime, 2349. So that's like a little bit over a year ago. Okay. Today the beast ripped Marty's infant to pieces as soon as it was born. We didn't even find out what it was. I can't take this horror anymore. Why does he have to retain that face? I will down a bottle of the wine the scouts found. Hopefully it will drown out the horror. Sunday 17th prime, 2349. The bottle was not a good idea. I had to get up early and follow the working group to the fields. Otherwise the corpses might get eager and take a finger or hand. For some reason they don't come near me. I guess the complexity of the orders available for instructing corpses are not that great. I think the beast just said something like, "Never come close to that one." So I stand in between the corpses and my friends in the middle of the desert under the sun. It would have been much easier if the beast had not insisted on taking a drink of me before I left. Why does he have to have that face? Sometimes when he enters my line of sight without warning, I see Jacob and my stomach is filled with butterflies. But then I see the horrific contraptions on it and the horror of my existence is back. Not only do I have to endure this misery, but I am also constantly reminded of what I lost. Sometimes I think the beast knows this and uses it to torment me. Like today when we came back, the beast flashed to my side. I was petrified as always and shut my eyes forcefully in fear. But then it said, That's the shawl I gave you for Passover. See how muddy it is. Let me take care of that." And then he removed the shawl gently and flashed away. I stood there unsure of what to do. The working group also sensed my confusion and stayed put. Then he returns again with the shawl slightly cleaner than before and placed it gently on my shoulders. The beast mocked me by giving me one of Hakob's beaming smiles and flashed away again. I was wrong. The bottle was a good idea. Is a good idea. Monday, 18th Prime, 2349. Something is amiss with the beast. Today Mar slipped on his way back from the fields and fell down a ravine. We could all hear he had broke something and was in agony. Cephus and Martel started crying in anticipation of a shot being fired, but all of a sudden the beast ran down the ravine and carried Mar out and set off towards the outpost. When we got back, Mar was in the basement and his hand was in a makeshift guard. We did not say anything. There was nothing to say. Wednesday, 4th Terrace, 2349. It's the wine. That's the only common factor. Every time the beast has faded away and Jacob has come back, he had drunk from me and I had had wine some time before that. The degree by which the beast fades... Thursday, 21st, Nones, 2349. The degree by which the beast fades and Jacob comes is apparently directly proportional to how much of the wine I have consumed. The wine is running out. We need to scavenge more. And then these, I haven't written dates, but they are progressively like further and further in time, okay? A small amount of wine does not bring Jacob back, but seems to make the beast more open to suggestions. And there's another piece. I have convinced the beast that I have fully understood my place in the world and that I will willingly comply and assist it and the Rephaim agenda. And there's another entry. I was finally able to make the beast agree to start shooting the church observation point, and given the fact that the only one that can hit anything at that distance is me, I am sure no harm will fall the knights. But this opens up new possibilities. I will be able to send the church secret messages in the bullets. Hopefully they will come to our rescue soon. And there's another passage. None of the knights seem to understand the messages in the bullets. My lord, is there no salvation? And then there's another passage. This last land seem to be more astute. They have improved the compound. Hopefully they will see the messages. My lord, forgive me. This is almost the last entries. Everything was going steady for a while, but then that order came and the beast was going to send them all to be used in the Rephaim war. They would have been used as corpses or turned into those horrific devices. Have I doomed all my people to a horrible death? I did not see any other way. Hopefully the knights installed will give them the opportunity to pick out the corpses before it is too late. The blood of all the ones that die are on my hand, and the one that live I have condemned to a horrific life. I keep telling myself this was the only solution. Damos was lost. What have I done? I cannot take it anymore. Why are they coming now? The land seems to be preparing an attack. Just a handful of knights. I will do what I can to aid them. I will consume half of the wine that is left, and when the time is right, I will bathe myself in blood and go to the beast. It will not be able to resist emptying me, and hopefully it will become Jacob for long enough for the knights to kill it. Hopefully when the knights return with the wine and my research, someone can figure out what it does, and maybe even one day a cure can be found. Thank you, Lord, for giving me this way out.
Wow. How can we get the messages that are in the bullets?
You have to roll a repair roll to check them out.
All right, let's see. Cody has repair.
Kuminsu as an engineer, he should have repair also. Maybe you can take a look.
Yeah, Cody has repair D6. Venandi has repair.
So someone roll repair and check out the bullets.
Very well, I shall.
Okay. Well, you have some of the bullets, and they are like the messages are fragmented, but they are in principle like it's in Morse code. They're like small, etched in some kind of acid or base. She has etched Morse code onto the bullets, and many of them are destroyed, but not the ones that you took back. They are like complete, and they are more or less the like how many numbers they have at the tower, and the what weapons they have, and how many people they are, and what the routines are, like exact tactical information you would need to attack the tower.
I think these may have been tried to be used as a form of messaging.
Used as what?
A form of messaging. It appears to be some kind of code, some sort of messaging with what appears to be numbers and tactical information.
Yes, exactly. Like what kind of zombies they had, and all those kind of stuff, and ammo, and yeah.
She's the one that the vampire was holding when we first saw him.
Yes, exactly.
This cure, could it be the cure to revert vampires back into human healthy form?
Well, it seems to at least bring back the human mentally. Maybe that's what she was hoping for. But there's definitely the effect that when they drink from someone that has drunk that wine, they revert back to their human mentality. There was also a passage. You killed the vampire fast, so he was going to talk to you. Jakob was not a willing vampire. They they came the story. There's a like the journal is the story of this valley. They were like people that were living here, and they didn't use technology that much. They like just used it when you needed it for medicine and stuff. But they like you worked the land and made stuff by hand. So they were like away from the other people. And Jakob was their prince, or like the top of the structure, and she was his what's it called that they're getting married soon, fiance. Um, and then the attack on oh, I don't remember the name. It's in the Rephaim storyline. There was a big attack. The Rephaim tried to take the Carpathian Mountains, but there was a stalemate. They didn't get past. And in this valley, they there was no point in that area because the church forces had taken this post, but the Rephaim had taken the valley, but there was no strategic importance, so they didn't want to put anyone there. So they just took the people, turned them in, half of them into zombies, and they took the prince and turned him into a vampire. But he didn't want to become a vampire, so they starved him. So in that way, the beast came out. So he was not like other vampires that willingly traded sides. He was like his humanity was completely gone. He was just a beast. And then they put him there. So that was a slight difference between Jacob and normal vampires. But he did turn back to his own self when he drank her blood when she had drinking the wine. And she was trying to figure out what it was, the wine. That was the alchemical stuff there.
How many samples of the wine did we bring back? Azriel, you and Rez, did you bring back that barrel?
Yes, Fatal was playing Azrael, and he took the barrel. It was half. It's like a table-sized barrel.
Well, it wasn't Azrael who took it. It was Rez who took it. But yes, but it
Oh,
was about
sorry.
half a barrel.
Yes, half a barrel. She had drunken half of it to like turn him completely human. And yeah.
Osmodeus, while we're talking, train your... Oh no, he needs a hacker to install that program. Never mind.
You could try to hack. You get a -2 to the roll. So yeah.
Maybe. Well, when's our next scheduled return to the church?
It's in a couple of days. You're supposed to return. There's nothing happening here. No more story in this part. You're just going. If you want, we can move it along. But if you want to do anything, we can do that.
What about the victims? Did they go to the church, or are they still in the bunker here? Or?
No, they were transported away. You don't know where they are. There is many refugee camps all over the planet. They were taken into the system.
Okay. Kuhn, what about the rest of the messages in the bullets? Should we try to transcribe those somehow, like write them down, or what do you think? Well, I guess we can just save the bullets for now. Anything else we should do?
I mean, I don't know. Are we still? We are in the encampment right now, right? We're not
Yes, in the
on the road.
outpost. Let me see. Am I in
The
correct?
outpost, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Well, is there anything to do there?
No, there will not be either. But if you want to do anything, you can do it. Otherwise, I can move the story along.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I think Padre just sits and contemplates his recent adventure.
Okay,
No.
so we just move along until you get back to the preceptory, right, guys?
Yeah. Now, guys, I should point out that I saw Vicious Vic flying to the top of the tower there. It looked like he did something briefly and then flew away. And also there was that necromantic communication device. So I don't know if they had called for reinforcements or if they had reported anything about our activity or what, but that might come back to bite us or the church.
Yes, the GM says. That's a good point. Okay, so we're gonna move along. You guys, the time is over for your stay here, your vacation in air quotes, and you pack your stuff, and there's a armored transport coming and picking you up. While you're driving back, it's I don't remember how much we said. I think it was a day and something like that, day and a half or 2 days it takes to drive back to your other station where you're actually stationed. You see that a church aircraft comes and follows you as you are driving. And also, you see that the driver is not from your what's it called? You're not your order. It's a Lazarite driver. Let me correct that 1 moment. I have to say the right name. Lazarites. Yeah, they are Ordo Lazari Sancti. They are the scientists of the Knights. They have the mission to analyze the undead and the Rephaim and like find ways to beat them. They are not popular among the other knights. There was actually an internal fight between the Lazarites and another group. I don't remember it, but you know who it was. Some years ago, that threatened to like destroy the whole system of knights and orders. You're being transported in a Lazarite armored transport. When you ask the driver, he just mumbles something like trying to distract you from the answer and says, "I'm just helping out here," or something like that. There's also a Lazarite aircraft following the armored transport the whole way back to the preceptory. When you get there, there's a whole lot of armed knights from your order that directly takes you into custody, and you are interviewed thoroughly by them and other people that are not armed for a few days, and they ask you everything of what happened exactly, again and again and again, almost as if you were criminals. Always these Lazarites are beside you. You know that they have no rights. They have no right to interview you or yes.
Even Kunmin So, who just
Yes,
joined the squad.
Kuminso also, yeah.
Okay.
They again and again they ask you everything you've experienced. It's really short, but they do that again and again.
All they're getting is, I know nothing. I just
know
got
nothing.
here.
Yeah, exactly. So, in general, I just want to ask you: do you, in general, tell the truth, or do you? We don't need to go through every single point that they ask, or do you, in general, try to not be cooperative, or what is your general? Everyone, what do you do?
I think Padre was right that telling the truth is the best way to go.
Yes, Padre, you're in a much more dire straits, though. The Inquisition comes and takes you. Because you're not under the laws of the knights. You're not a knight, and they are very rough. You're chemically tortured, or not tortured, but they try to get the truth out to them, so they know that you're telling the truth. They drug you with truth serums, and you're in a really bad state. They're really, really more rough because you don't see any impalers. They are just Lazarites and the Inquisition. So they are like professional torturers, and they are extracting everything they can from you. After this is over, you are returned to your bunker, everyone. And these pictures are not here. So the knights have not been like treated badly, but really, really thoroughly interrogated. But Padre is throwing up and shivering and in his bed. You're there, and there's a guards posted around your tent or your location. However, you see that many of the other knights that are there, they are like worried about you, and they are angry what happened to you and the way you have been treated. Also the knights that are guarding you, they are like, they're guarding you so you don't escape for some reason, but they're not happy about it, that they're doing it. Then you get better, Padre gets better, and you get like special treatment and medicine, and you get better. And then in 2 days, you hear that there was a big court martial against the oh, there was the picture I removed. Let me see. Just let me move you to the area with the market thing. Right. This was like a empty hangar they found when they did the. Oh, it's not supposed to be checkered. Okay. So they had converted it to like a hall, and there was like a court session where Sir Andre was court-martialed. I told you before that he was the preceptor of your preceptory. That's wrong. He is the knight commander. If you guys had a senior knight, he would be the station above him, and he like commands maybe 5, 6, 7 lances are under his command. He was the one that gave you the command, gave you the 2 weeks leave there, or not leave, but that vacation in quotes. And the preceptor master comes to this preceptory. What was it? Sir Ober, and the senior chaplain also comes. Senior chaplain Abraham and wait. Oh shit! I forgot one guy. Okay, and there's another one also. I haven't a picture for him. They have a court. It's more like a hearing. The knights don't you don't get a court day or something like that. It's just a hearing, and he is removed of his post. He is made into a one moment. He's put into the Ordo Penitentia, the more or less the jail for knights. So he's removed of his weapons, no, his armor, and shotguns, or what's it called, small arms, and he only has his sword, and he's sentenced to 1 year of being a one of these penitentia knights. And all the time there is also this guy in the background. This name of his guy is Sir Fourier, Lazarite preceptor master Sir Fourier. So he's the same rank as him, but for the Lazarites, and he's just in the background. And there's also a Inquisitor there. Inquisitor Rannon is also. So this is what happens, and then this guy you have met him before. He had talked to you guys about your last senior knight. His name is Sir Matheson. He's a senior knight, but he was very close to Sir Alexandri, and he is assigned deputy knight commander. So he's not knight commander. Actually, he's just acting the knight commander while they find another one. And he was really close friends with Sir Alexandri. So he's really pissed at you guys. It looks like for him to because he got sent to jail. Well, Fury, let me write it for you.
It was just the way you said it. I just couldn't not make a joke about it.
Yeah, Sir Fourier. Yeah, I'm not good at at saying names. I can write it down. Well, I'm not good at typing either. I think that's how it's spelled. Yes. Okay, so you guys have a tumultuous greeting, especially Padre, but you're also freed. You later find out that the Inquisitor wanted you to be labeled as heretics, and the Lazarite wanted you to be labeled as sinners. You committed a mortal sin because you killed a vampire that could be taken into research. No, it's not. I think it's called a deadly sin. Let me see. Anyway, I'll get back to that because there's orders to when if you can capture a vampire, you're supposed to capture it so they can study it. However, the sorry, all these titles. The Preceptor Master, Sir Ober, he defended you and said that you were just doing your duty, and but they insisted that they wanted you to be incarcerated. But in the end, the whole thing came down to that you did not have your orders were not clear. So then they went after Sir Alexandre and blamed it on him. So even though he had given the same order to like multitude of knights, just go there, take care of the outpost and chill out. But this time it came back to bite him, and he was like the scapegoat. He got the brunt of the damage.
Wow, this is not good. Padre, how are you doing? Take some of this medicine here and let me see to your wounds.
Thank you, Venandi, he says. And, well, he's sort of obvious despair on his face, right? But at the same time, he also feels like, because he does want to, obey the church, and so he feels a bit of shame also. So not just pain, but also, shame.
Yeah.
So
I would also like to say that there is, when you like think the whole thing through, there's no actual logic to this path. You don't really get why they've done it, and no one does. That's what's really annoying. There seems to be something going on that you don't know. This is not like, why would they do this, and the other orders, what rights do they have on your order? And it doesn't make sense. Seems to be like some things going on more than you see.
Seems to be a power play by someone else, perhaps.
Yeah, this guy on the left here, Matheson, is that right?
Yeah, he was like he's an annoying senior knight. He was very close to Alexandre, but he's really pissed at you guys for Alexandre to be taken away. But he's the acting commander now.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest. Kaminso's just sort of looking around confused because he's like, "Why am I here? I just got. So this guy just got assigned to them.
Yeah, that's really strange. It's like not logical, right? So why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's a bit confused because it's like,
Yeah.
why is this happening? I mean,
Exactly. Yeah. You were saying something else?
Yeah, when this guy was saying that stuff, that those vampires could have been used for research.
Oh, that was this guy. That was the Lazarite.
Oh, that's it.
These
Oh,
guys,
okay.
this guy, and one other guy, they were on your side more or less all the time. But this guy
Basically,
this guy were after you.
Basically, what I typed on the chat is my rebuttal.
You mean what you typed here? You can just admit enough truth to not be lying.
Oh, no. Go to the...
Whoever sheds the blood of man, by man his blood will be shed. For his own image God has made man. Yes, but the vampires are not a who. The vampires are a it. So it doesn't apply. Vampires are the same as saying like if a tree fell on a man, we have to like take revenge on the tree. That's at least what they answer to you. Of course, what you've written is correct, but that's what they say. The Lazarites. Yes.
My rebuttal to him is then why are we at war then if that is not what if they classify themselves as it.
Yes, they don't classify themselves as it. The Lazarites do it just to get around this interpretation because they want the vampires, and there's a papal decree that you're supposed to take vampires that you can alive. I can't find it in the rules right now, but there is one. There are standing orders to capture all Rephaim instead of killing them, so they can be studied. But however, all this is just a joke. When you like analyze it thoroughly, it doesn't apply to you. There was just strange that these two are insisting this much on that, and that was what this guy and this guy and the other one that I don't have a picture for were saying, and they won. So you were not taken away, but then these guys were out for blood more or less and said, well, that means the whole thing comes down to that they had vague orders, and they couldn't say no, that was not true, and that was true. You did have vague orders, and it was Alexandre's fault. So that's why they took him as a revenge, more or less, because they couldn't take you. There's no logic. There's no arguing about this thing.
So Kunmin's just sort of gonna raise his hand and try to ask why he's there, because he just got done with training. He just got assigned to these people. Why is he?
Yes, they don't really give you a satisfying answer. They don't even give the other guys a satisfying answer. This just more or less happens to you. This now let's move along. Let's go back to this scene here. Yes. So a few days pass, and Sir Matheson comes to see you again, and he's like really pissed at you guys. But he also knows that he would have done the same thing if he was in that outpost. So he's not really, he's just pissed at the situation. However, he says that I can't let you guys be without the senior knight anymore. You have to figure out if you want to be a senior knight, any of you, or I'll have to assign you one, which means that one of you has to leave, like either Rez. He doesn't say Rez or Cody, but yeah, you can be 6. So so he says that. Also, out of character, who had not done his advances? Let me see here. So to become a senior knight, it costs a advance. So I can see Venandi and Padre cannot become a knight, and Osmodius all have a advance to take. And at the end of this session, I think actually Azrael will also have a opportunity to take advance. Yes. So and even fatal, yeah. So all of you at the end of this session can advance to senior knight if you want. Well, not Kumisu. Yeah, you're right. You have to
because
first.
I'm a fucking new guy.
The fucking new guy. Yeah, it's just other rules for that. Yeah. So Venandi, Azrael, Osmodius, you all 3 of you can advance to senior knight. We can also just remove Rez or Cody and introduce an NPC senior knight to the group, if you like. However, I'm not going to press this issue. If you guys do not want to have a senior knight, I'm not going to press it, because this is just a story thing. He's like, he wants to get things under control, and that's why he's saying that. But if you guys don't feel like having a senior knight, that's okay with me as GM. Then you will just have some issues with Matheson and stuff like that. Because it's your group dynamic, right? You guys as players can choose that above the story.
Should probably be the one with the most experience, so to say. So yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if you that's depends on the group. Like, if the group wants to play free and like just chill out, then we don't want to have a senior knight, we can do it that way. But if we want to start playing with the senior knight, we can go that way. But anyway, he says that, and you guys think about it. And all of you have a advance to become a senior knight if you want. At least the ones that can become. Anyway. He also comes and gives you orders to your next mission. And I have to read them for you from the book. One moment. Okay, just some information out of character about the campaign. We're running the main campaign of Necropolis 2350. In that, there is like a path for things that you do if you succeed, and if you don't succeed, there's another path. It's like actually like a net of things you can do, which quests you can take and which quests you don't take. So if you succeed in quests, some things happen. You lead to some quests, and if things go bad, they lead to other quests, right? But I don't want to I want to play all the quests. So even the quests that you happen that you get if you succeed, and the one that you get when you fail. So I'm gonna modify them so that you play all the quests, even though and this next one, you should have had this only if you had failed the first quest, the one with the bunkers. You remember that Azrael was there and Padre was there, I think. right?
Was that Padre? I thought it was somebody else. I thought it was Benandy.
No, I don't remember it.
No, Venandi came at the outpost. Anyway, you succeeded there. So this quest you shouldn't have gotten this, because it says if you succeed there, then go to that quest. But I'm gonna modify it slightly so you get it anyway, because I want to play all the quests. So this one is called Ambush. So this is the briefing. So yeah, Matheson comes and says, okay, so this is a little slightly, like I was change it slightly. That assault we had, you guys did a good job, but some other of our forces, they met with stronger resistance than we anticipated. We're launching a second assault to try and break through before the corpses reinforce New Budapest. Dozens of columns of enemy reinforcements were spotted heading our way. Artillery and airstrikes are pummeling them as best they can, but at least one column vanished into some heavy woods about 10 miles behind enemy lines. We're going to airlift you in to set up an ambush on the only road through the woods. If you can't stop those reinforcements, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. So that's your mission. He says dedicated Constantine fire support is available for this assault. So you have you can call in bombardment. It's called Constantine. It's a special kind of missiles, I think. You will have to have a command unit to do that. It's like a, yeah. But be wary of air bursts. We can't spare much firepower, so all you'll have are 3 lances of sergeants. Make them count. Okay, so you have 3 lances of sergeants and what you have yourself.
Well, you mean like new stuff we need to take, or what we already have?
Yes, exactly. So you're gonna be cut off from the troops, so there won't be any there won't be any armaments cache to get stuff from. So you have to take everything you want with you. So Azrael, you say this to those guys there at the meeting, or what do you say it to? Who do you say it to?
To this guy right here.
Okay, yeah. He he's not the one that he's not the one that said you shouldn't kill the vampire. He's just blaming you, more or less. As I said,
no.
As I said, he does realize that he would have also done the same if he was there and experienced that. Okay. Yeah, back to this mission.
Quest.
Sorry?
I was saying that when he was given the quest.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, in that way. Okay, yeah, good, cool. Okay, so he gives you guys this aerial shot they have. Where do I? One moment. So they have this reconnaissance image of the area they're gonna drop you in. So not much to see, but that's what you have. And you have 3 lances of sergeants. So let's see here. A sergeant, he has light armor, flechette submachine gun, and a molecular dagger. That's his normal. And he has some extra mags and a med pack. And he has 24 load available to carry. So 24 times what lance is 6, so 24 times 18. That's 432 weight units you guys can have with you in the sergeant's pockets. And of course you can decide whatever stuff you yourself have. So this is like a you guys are making an ambush for the Rephaim. They will be coming from the south, and you have to like plan a ambush in that wood.
I'd like to have some mines and some explosives then, because I mean I know a thing or two about that, and if it's an ambush, well, why not let
Yes.
them get a good mouthful of God's holy fire?
Exactly. So you have that, and you have the equipments there. So you can take your time and load up on all the. Let me give you guys a. Let me see here. So that reconnaissance handout, you can edit it now. So you can write in it. Let me just write how much room we have first. What was it I said? 400?
I would like to ask a quick question, by the way. Are
Yes.
we expecting heavy? What's the word? Heavy? Vehicular? Or are we just talking purely personnel? Based on what information we have.
One more.
Because I mean that heavily
Yes.
changes.
The mission is slightly random. I'm gonna I shouldn't be telling you this, but I'm gonna tell you. There's a light column that might come, a medium column, and a heavy column. And I'm supposed to roll for it, but I don't feel like rolling for it. I'm gonna let you guys choose which one you want to meet. The light column has maybe a tank and zombies and stuff. The medium column has I think it's 2 tanks and like some other troops. The heavy column is really strong, strong tanks and strong troops. You guys choose as players, not as characters, but as players, what you want to meet. I'm not supposed to do this, but I'm gonna give you the option. I don't see how you guys can defeat the heavy column. The medium column would be like an okay fight, and the light column you will take out right away.
I think should we go for the medium just for the fun of it?
It's up to you. I'm not gonna roll.
I still think you should roll for it. I was just merely asking, like what sort of reconnaissance we have based on it to help me better pick, or help Kunmin Sue.
So what order, what Sir Matheson tells you is up to you. You choose the light, the medium, or the heavy. So you guys choose. I don't like rolling for something like you meet 15 dragons and you die. I'm not gonna do that. If you want to go against the heavy one, it'll be like a long, involved, dangerous battle. If you want that, maybe some of you will die. We can do that. I mean, that's a war drama, right? So that's what we're here for. So, but if you want to like just have the medium, that's okay. And if you want it to be the light one, you just take them out right away. We can also do that. I'm not gonna roll and die. You guys die because of some one roll I make.
Oh, very well. But yeah, and where should I put in what I?
So this reconnaissance thing, it can be edited. I'm going to show everyone again. Should be able to be edited by everyone. So 432 weight units is what the 3 lances of sergeants can carry after the normal gear. So anything you guys want, you put in there. You want, but after that, you don't have any more. That's it.
So we gotta like stock up on everything before.
Yes, everything. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, I'd like to take along a ton of mines and just.
Oh wait, sorry.
Not do anything.
Sorry, I also have to say they also have normal food rations, and they all have like sleeping stuff, and that's not included. So you don't need to think about that. That's included. We don't even count it, but they have that also.
I mean, Kunmin is of course going to tell them that he knows a bit about explosives. So if we're going to be ambushing these folks, it might be an idea to load up on placeable explosives, so we don't even have to fire a single round.
Yes. So in these situations, I jump out of the chat. You guys plan so that I don't hear your plan. And you tell me when I have to get back in. Okay, so yes.
Jax, before you go, can you like choose two, like to both have the medium and the light? Can you choose both?
Yeah, sure. I can combine that if you guys want. Like the light one comes together with the big medium one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the other guys want, but maybe that could be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys choose. Chat about that also, and then chat about how you're gonna plan it. And we will not do the fight this time. I have not prepared it, but we will do some other stuff. But do chat, and as long as you like, or as short as you like. There's also another way to go. We could say that you guys can change the inventory 5 times. Okay, so in the field, you say, okay, we will say that we actually remembered to bring 50 mines. You know, so we start the game, and in the field you say, oh, we remembered to pack this excavation device, or this climbing gear, or we remember to pack this rocket launcher, or something. Like 5 times you can change the contents of the contents that has not been assigned. So you say, let's say that excavation gear that was 100 weight units. When you state that you have that with you, that 100 is used, but you still have 332 left. So if you don't want to think a lot about the gear, we could do it that way. But also you can also plan now and bring stuff with you.
Jax, are we supposed to be typing the supplies in this reconnaissance window?
Yes, you are. But don't do it at the same time, everyone, because you will write over each other. So everyone write it down in a notepad on your computer, and then like enter it one by one. Or you have a designated...
Or we should have someone type it in, and we talk about what we bring. I think that might be a better idea.
Good, yeah. So I'm going to jump out, and if you want me back in, poke me in the Discord chat. So I'll come back in. Okay? I'm just taking off my headphones now. Okay, Catch you guys later.
Alright, so I think we should bring some explosives if this is an ambush. That's my opinion. Just ton of mines. Just mine the whole fucking area.
What's the weight of those explosives?
I have it. Give me a minute.
That depends. If we take anti-personnel, the weight is 2 per unit.
Actually, for the rockets.
I mean, I guess we should bring some rockets because they weigh less than anti-tank mines because they're 10. But they also have 40 AP, so I assume that goes towards piercing tank armor.
Yeah, but my writing the they have because the AP is 9.
Yeah, so I think we should have some anti-tank ammo. Otherwise, I think we should just bring like a ton of mines to make it.
Azrael, you have the weights of everything?
Oh, I only have it for the grenade launch.
I mean, I think Padre's just gonna bring a bunch of holy stuff from the church, like holy water and crosses and stuff like that.
But I mean, then again, when it comes to explosives, we also do have another option that's a little more heavy and can pierce basic armor called filament mines. Because I think that's going to be the easiest to just take out a bunch of infantry and lightly armored things very rapidly.
Well, the filament grenades are only 0.5 in weight.
Oh, not filament grenade, filament mines. It's a 3d10, weight 3, 4 AP.
Monofilament mine?
Yeah.
For the grenades is.
I mean, I do think we should bring some grenades as well. But I just see that if we use mines, we can place it up, especially if we get it across that we want them to be remote detonated, so we can wait for them to have maximum effect. I mean, at least as far as I'm imagining it, right, we could take out at least a good half, if not a whole column, of infantry and lightly armored vehicles, such as personnel carriers, depending on how lightly armored they are. I'm not entirely sure if we're talking trucks or actual like AP. But for those and for tanks or anything heavier really than a truck, we would have the RPGs or the missiles.
Basically, all I wanted for them is the of AT. First one isn't good, and rock everything.
Could do, but it's just the AT is very heavy.
Do with a little bit, not a lot.
True. But we also got to think about weight. But if we have orders, is that 3 squads? Might be an idea to get a Levant field mortar in as well. If just to rain down hell on them. I mean, I've only played this rule set for one session, so I don't entirely know what how everything works. So I'm just basing it on basic military tactics, and that would be, or rather, insurgency tactics, as this would be an ambush, and that would just be to mine the fuck out of it if we have mines, and just let them waltz right into their own death. And then move in and just clean up whatever stragglers may be left behind. Maximum damage, minimum casualty.
This is a ordnance.
I'm talking a lot of ordnance. If I could, I would fill all 3 or 4 squads up entirely with mines and just have them plant them all so fucking close that no matter what, you're gonna get hit by at least 6 mines.
Does anybody have like Microsoft Excel so that you can total up the weights?
I don't, sadly.
Isn't there like a program like Excel in Google Drive?
Yeah, I think so. I think the Google Drive document, I think, had been used as that.
Yeah, Sheets. Google Sheets.
So who writes it in?
Padre, can you open up that Google Sheets then?
Yeah, sure. But I'm not so good at keeping track of stuff like that. But I mean, there, I've opened it. So what am I supposed to write?
Filament grenade, weight 0.5, and monofilament mine. Just tell me when you're ready. I don't know how fast you type.
Yeah, okay. I don't think I can press the talk button at the same time. But okay, filament grenade 8, right? Or no, 0. Or
0.5 in weight.
0.5. Cool. And what else?
Monofilament mines, 3.
Three. Yeah.
Personnel mine 2, because both have different statistics. I don't know which one we want to go with. One has a bigger area for damage, have a bigger radius for damage, but a lot higher chance of getting nothing, and the other one is a lot more safe, but doesn't do as much damage.
And what was the weight on the anti-personnel mine?
Anti-personnel mine is the weight of the damage.
The weight. Do I also have to write down the damage?
I don't know. I don't think so. I just think it's to do weight.
So 3 different explosives in total right now. I mean, I think Padre is just gonna bring a bunch of holy things. I've already started. Is someone writing it down in the document?
You are.
I think we should wait to that till we have come to an agreement on what to bring.
Oh, yes.
Question is, now from the photo, it appears to be maybe a forest. So, should we bring some incendiary stuff? Although I think we may be hiding in the forest, so that may not be a good idea.
What about ghillie suits? So Osmodeus and some other snipers can get up in trees, maybe tree climbing equipment and tree stands and stuff like that.
I don't think there is anything for that other than maybe good. Yeah, there's ghillie suit. But I mean, that's like something they can carry, at least you can carry for Osmosis carry on its own, and from there, I mean, that depends how many of them are snipers or ranged. I mean, we could also just everybody grab a ghillie, and with the tactic at least I have in mind, we will all just sit and hide and wait for the fireworks. So maybe we should come to a unified idea of the plan.
It looks like there's one path in that forest. Do you see any others? And there's like a clearing.
I mean, the forest to me very much looks like the Finnish forests during the Winter War, which is what I'm trying to base some of my tactics on, like which is hit hard, hit fast, and then get the fuck out of there. In this case, I'm gonna hit hard with mines, because that's what my character knows. But if anyone has another plan they think would be far better, I'm willing to listen. In fact, I would love to hear.
My only plan was to blow them up.
So you're kind of with me on just mining the whole thing up and just letting them ride right into their own death. As we're all sitting back, sipping Chardonnay and reading a good book. Alright, fine. Maybe not Chardonnay. How about a beer then?
To be honest, I drink beer, but I actually prefer Fuzzy Navel. Those are good.
What about roadblocks and choke points and ambushes? And what do you think, Kunmensu?
I mean, assuming they're taking what appears to be the straight route now, this is a horrible image of the area, but assuming they're taking the one big road through, especially if they are coming in with vehicles, depending on how well we do, if we can catch them without them suspecting us, I don't think we need to worry very much. But I would probably prepare ambushes. And the moment the explosives go up, just start unloading everything I have into them, whatever may be left. So quite possibly a couple of MGs based at each side to rain down suppressive fire, so we can possibly move in a bit closer. In regards to choke points, I think the road would be the choke point. At least with the plan I have, the road becomes the choke point because the front vehicle or the front would explode, and the back would, forcing them to, and basically everything in between those points. So, yeah.
How can we?
No, you first.
How can we fell trees quickly?
Sorry, I just want to remind you, if you want to call in those missiles, you need to have that, I think it's called mobile command unit or something like that. I think it weighs 12 or something, or 6. I don't know. It's in there in the special gear.
I think it's just referring to for missile launchers like RPGs, smalls and so on.
It's a bombardment. They can shoot the positions from with with heavy
Okay.
rockets. Yeah, and you need to have I don't know, it's a special gear. Okay, check it out. It's
command center mobile. Yeah,
there
it's
you
in the
go. Yeah.
communication.
Okay, I'm off again.
Yeah.
Where is
entirely
that? How
sure.
did you?
It's in miscellaneous. But I don't see it as being. I mean, unless people want to rain down fire, but I just think that's. I just feel that's going to be too imprecise for an ambush. Considering how even nowadays, at times some missiles can be inaccurate. As great as we've become at making them. So I mean, I think a surgical strike in the form of just mines and explosives set to a remote detonator is a lot more viable, because then chances are we can get the whole road at once without anyone having any chance of doing anything. Our greatest weapon in this would be the element of surprise, so the more rapid and violent, so to say, we can make our attack, the less chance they're gonna have to respond.
Agreed. How can we fell trees quickly in order to do blockades on the road? I mean, explosives that are planted near the trees with the remote detonators, like you're saying, or
I don't think we need that.
Put them on the side.
I mean, that's the thing. I'm unsure if we need that, because if we have was Asriel, who's good with the missile launchers, and a couple of other squad more who's decent with them. We could do that to take out the large vehicles rapidly, as mines take care of everything else.
did he say that we could order airstrikes during this next fight?
Yeah, we could. But then we're gonna have to carry a command center, and that's gonna probably be very visible.
It sounds like we're going to
We
burn
could,
ourselves to death during this fight.
with missiles, quite possibly, yeah. With mines, I don't think so. As a mine is a lot more about shrapnel than the actual explosion. Mines rarely kill. It's the shrapnel that really fucks you.
Good. Okay, so those airstrikes, so they should maybe just do like chain guns or mini guns or bullets.
But I still don't. I mean, we're still gonna have to acquire a mobile command center then. The question is now, I don't know how big that's gonna be. Because with the plan I have, no one's really gonna see anything before it's too late. Because the mines we can dig down, we can hide, we can make the road look like there's been no changes at all. Until the very last moment, when suddenly all of the entire area just turns into hell on earth. Turns into the Verdun, basically.
How far away do we have to be to avoid being hit by the mine shrapnel?
No, it doesn't do shrapnel in this, but it is a medium blast radius.
I wonder if we could upload the friendly fire program to the airstrike teams so that they don't hit us if we do go with
I don't think so. That's not the way that those work, because by the time they're at us, they hit us. Plus, we're gonna be in cover.
I mean, it could be that HQ has some shields of some sort, some energy shields or force fields.
Yeah, we could raise our shields over our heads during the airstrike.
But why do an airstrike if we can just do a sure? Because with the airstrike, the chances are they could have some kind of notice bait that's gonna find them, some kind of radar or whatever. Mines are even incredibly hard to find because a lot of them nowadays aren't even. Now I speak from current day, 21st century, but a lot of them aren't even made with metal anymore. They're plastic because then mine detectors have an increasingly hard time of finding.
Wicked.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked, but so yeah, that's why I'm thinking of doing something like that. I mean, hell, we can even take some anti-tank mines because we even have that option. Granted, they weigh 10, so but they have AP. They have 40 AP standard, 60 against half. I'm not entirely sure what heavy. I mean, that would be heavy armor, rounded down.
Padre, what's our current weight? Can you total
yeah,
up everything that you have?
it's 5.5.
Oh man, we're aiming for 432 pounds within the next few minutes here.
Well, I mean that's only if we take one, but we haven't really decided what to take. Yet again, I'm voting mines and tank launchers and MGs and just rain down hell, right? Make it so they cannot move, and of course grenades and grenade launchers for those who have them.
What's the weight on the MG? Is that machine gun, like a tripod machine? What is that?
Yeah, that is a machine gun MG.
Flechette MG?
Sorry,
We can also
I'm
do
thinking.
laser, but that depends. Oh shit! Just move that.
Am I supposed to write anything down? Or
Yeah, right.
are we still?
Flechette MG. If we did lasers, we might burn ourselves, burn the forest down. So right, Flechette MG. Just start doing, what do you think? Like 50 quantity on everything so far, and then see how much weight that is.
Let's go
Okay.
50 filament mines and 50 regular mines, anti-personnel. 25, 10 anti-tank mines. I'll take a moment to look there, and I think possibly Israel is going to want some missile.
As long as we don't burn ourselves and the whole forest.
True, but I mean, if we're doing AT, and there's not going to be a lot of fire, I don't think. I don't entirely know. But I think at least one or two anti-tank missile launchers with at least a good 5 missiles each should do it.
We need to not be in this forest at all somehow. This thing is going to burn, whether it's their weapons or ours or what,
See, that's
The
why I
energy
want to do
shields.
the explosives, so we have a chance of getting the fuck out before everything goes up in fire. The mines, because the moment we set them off, we can take a turn maybe to assess and see how much caught fire, And if it's not a lot that caught fire, we can maybe put it out and go search what we have killed, the liquefied remains.
Let's put some kind of helicopter in that clearing. I see two clearings. Each one needs.
I think those are too small. By God, I think they're too small. Plus, what are they gonna do? Use MG, Gatling guns or something?
No, to get us out so that we can get in and airlift out when the thing starts to burn.
Okay, guys, wait just a moment. So right now I have filament grenade, monofilament mine, anti-personnel mine, and flechette MG. And I have 50 of each of the grenades and mines and stuff.
Thanks, Padre. What's the total weight at this point?
The total weight is 270. But you said a bunch of other stuff also. You said like 4 rockets or something.
I'm thinking 2 Dove AT2.
Oh, okay. So
on top of Asriel's, and I would carry at least 5 missiles per Dove 2. So if we have 3 of those at weight 14, that'll be 15 missiles.
Just a second.
Let's see, 4 pound per rocket. So that'd be 15 times 4. That'd be. Correct me if my math is wrong, but wouldn't that be somewhere in the ballpark of 70 pounds?
I find that
Or
it's
is it
60 here.
Oh, 60,
Yeah.
right. I ain't done maths in school, and that's a good 10 years.
Okay, well, now we're up to 335.
Padre, did you get the flechette MGs?
Oh, yes, but I don't know what the weight on that one is.
16.
Oh, 16. Okay.
I think we should at
And
least
how
have 2.
many?
Think
Two
maybe 2.
of those?
Yeah. Because
Now
Res
it's
also has
300.
1.
Oh, res, yeah. So, like, is that 3 or?
Well, Res has 1, so I don't think we need to count his.
No.
That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, he probably carries it himself, so.
So we're going to have 3 columns of sergeants, right? How many total people is that?
Based on what I understood, they come with their own weapons mostly, unless we want something more than rifles. Then the was it the flechette rifle?
That's a good point. So they might all have their own flechette SMG or something, some kind of.
At the very minimum. So the only ones who aren't going to be using those are the people we're going to provide with the AT, the 3 there. So that's probably going to be at least one of those squads. If each squad is, what was he said, 6 at most?
I had lost my connectivity at that point. I missed about 60 seconds.
I think he said 6, because our squad is up to 6, and we need a senior at least. So, but yeah. So at least one squad is gonna be on Dove. Maybe we should take a 3rd MG, so we can have another squad on MGs to set up. Or should we go for 4 of those? Just so we can make overarching fire. Ah, okay, cool. That's what
And then you had mentioned mortars. Is
I
there a
just threw
big
it out
fire?
there. I don't think we should do that, to be honest. because it's going to take an action to reload, and it's just going to be a basic blast pattern where I can dig down all of the mines. I can spend a lot of time doing that if we prepare, depending on how early we get there. Also, I think we should bring along a backpack radio and ask that a exfil be ready to move in and get us out. Because I don't think we can have helicopters ready to move out as
sorry,
fast
guys.
as we're gonna need.
Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Just want to also remind you that bring along rockets, right? As well as those doves.
Yeah,
We're
thinking of how many people are in each of these squads. By the way, we're getting along.
Each lance is 6, so you got 6.
Okay, so I was right.
18 sergeants, and you guys, and Padre. So he's not actually in the lance, but he's coming along. So
yeah, okay. So
and also grenades, and there's also that turret. You could get that. You need to get all the sub parts of the turret. I don't know if it's that smart to bring a turret, but you can do that. And
now we're thinking of having a squad equipped up purely with MGs and have them do overarching fire zones to mob up whatever is left.
If you can set it up, yeah, that's smart. Yeah.
And then
I'm not gonna listen anymore. It sounds awesome. I'll get him off again.
But yeah, no, I think we should get a 4th MG to hand out, so we at least have 5. If we have rest with us, yeah. But each of the MG should be with just tell me if I'm being a bit too commanding on this. But yes, I said I think we should have a backpack radio ready to call in for an exfil. Because a chopper that's hiding is going to have to be shut off, and the time it takes for a chopper to get ready to take off is far too long if the forest is burning.
What's an exfil?
Exfiltration.
Okay. So is that a land vehicle or some kind of like hover spaceship?
No, an exfiltration is when you exit something. As an getting in somewhere would be an infiltration. Getting out is exfiltration.
By a vehicle?
By any means. You infiltrate a facility, and on the way out, that would then be called exfiltration. As exit infiltration.
Sounds good.
Some of that military slang.
I vote for the mobile command center. I think it's good to have multiple options.
I mean, with a backpack radio, I think we could possibly do that with the airstrike. Not airstrike, but chopper support. I just don't want them too close because they're gonna have to be turned on, right? For them to get anywhere.
The choppers?
Yeah, the helicopters, yeah.
That makes sense. Padre, what's our weight?
It's 399 because we have like 4 flechettes, right?
Yeah, 4 flechette MGs, 3 Dove 82s, 50 mines of monofilament and anti-personnel.
Yeah, and 50 just
filament
normal
grenades.
filament
Yeah.
grenades. How much for the backpack radio?
10.
10. Okay.
Because I don't think a mobile's command center's mobile is gonna do much unless that depends. Because I don't know what is in it. That's the problem. A backpack radio, at least, we can have a radio operator to do things, right? We can take it with us. We can just leave as little as possible behind, so the enemy, if they investigate, won't know that we were there. or how we did it. They'll just see a column of wrecked vehicles with holes in the ground and everything else, and bullet holes everywhere. So I don't know, but yeah, at least I think we should have some helicopters nearby, a couple of minutes away at least, ready to get us. And then just mine the whole thing and remote detonate it.
That sounds
and then
good.
do a mob up afterwards. So just a ton of explosives, and that's about it.
So what kind of extraction points do we have? Do we have this
We have
western
the clearings,
clearing?
I think. I think we could use the clearings for exfil, but I do not think we can use them for having the helicopters hidden there.
Okay, right on. So we can refer to the west clearing and the east clearing, I guess.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
based on although I did maybe too close, but to the area, but yeah, for exfiltration, if we wait till we mopped up and called it in, and then just get the fuck out of there, yeah, I think that may be a viable option.
oh, sorry guys, I think my phone just was weird. So the rockets and rocket launchers that Azrael carries. Am I supposed to write that down in
No,
the comments?
that's what he carries. That's what he
Okay,
carries
cool.
on him. Just like we don't count what Res has and what I have and what Venandi has.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
It's just what we're carrying extra, which is also why I'm very much leaning towards getting as many mines on these folks as possible to get out there, so that we can mine the whole area and we can detonate it all remotely, so that there is no way that anything's going to be left behind as a war crime. You see? Haha!
Smart. Cool. Okay, well, for now I have a filament grenade, monofilament mine, anti-personnel mine, flechette MG, Dove 82, and backpack radio.
Thanks,
So
Padre. Add some extra rockets for Azrael. That's a good point.
I
cool.
think we should also. I think we should take some anti-tank mines too, just to be safe.
Smart. I mean, we had a bunch of problems with the mines in the past. Tanks in the past. So
Yeah,
that's
because I
definitely
mean,
good.
here's the thing, right? With a oh god, everybody's getting ready for carnival now. Sorry about that. But yeah, with those we can also hit them from the side and from below, and try to get them where they're weakest. And as the people within the tanks are sort of like tanks and personnel carriers and trucks or whatever, if they use those, now I don't know. We can be prepared, right? We can be ready to just mob up.
So how much does a rocket weigh? And an anti-tank mine?
Anti-tank mine is 10, so I think we should at least. I mean, I'd like to get at least a good 10 of those, but there's going to be a lot. So maybe we should cut back a little bit on the regular mine.
Okay. So how many would you? So now we have 50 monofilament mine and 50 anti-personnel mine.
Yeah, and I like at least 10 anti-tank mines, so yeah.
Just do
So if
40.
we remove. Oh god, that would be. Wouldn't 5 of each be enough?
Sorry, 5 of each mine of the normal.
Yeah, anti-personnel and monofilament, because the anti-tank mine basically does the same, does a little bit more damage minimum than a AP, but it's like 5 times as much.
Oh, so you just want 5 monofilament mine and 5 person
No.
mine?
I mean,
Oh, okay.
I want 45 of those two.
Oh, okay.
Wouldn't that
Now
free up enough to get at least a good 10
l-
AT?
let me see here.
If my math isn't all screwed.
Okay, so with that we have 469 in total. Wait.
Oh, that's a bit too much. We need to cut that
Wait, this.
down. Also, the rockets for the Dove 2 is 4 pounds per rocket.
Oh, okay. 4 pounds per rocket for the Dove. And how many rockets do we take?
I mean, I think we should take 5 for each of the squad members that you're going to use. So that'd be 15.
Yeah, no.
Because I think Asriel can carry his own. Not to be an asshole to.
So
But I
15.
mean, I'm thinking he can probably wrestle command for the AT squad.
Okay, so just to be clear, what is a Dove? Is it like a rocket
Anti-tank.
launcher?
Yeah, it's an anti-tank rocket
Oh,
launcher.
and we have 3 of those, right?
Yeah.
Cool. And for the rockets for the Dove, they are 4
4 pounds
weight, and we have
rocket, yeah.
per rocket. And how many rockets do we take?
15, I think. I think that should be more than enough. I mean,
then we're a bit over the carrying limit.
yeah. So we got to find some place to cut it down. Can we get a list of what?
Yes. Filament grenade, 0.5. Monofilament mine, 3 pounds. Anti-personnel mine, 2. Flechette MG, 16.
Are we
Dove,
sure we want the
40.
grenades, by the way?
What?
Because I
Sorry?
mean, the filament grenades. Are we sure we want those? Because I don't think any of the squads carry grenade launchers,
I,
and throwing the grenades is time that can be better spent, at least in my opinion, on firing the MGs, especially because the moment that explosions go off, it's going to be very close quarter for whatever's left. So I think the SMGs is going to be far more utilitarian, far more useful.
I agree.
yeah.
Cut out the
Filament grenades.
filament grenades.
So just delete them, or?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, they're the thing that weighs the least, like 25.
They are, yeah, but then again, they also seem like the item that's the least useful. So it's still 25 pound that we can use on.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's up to you guys, but with grenades and stuff like that, you're more versatile. I think, like rather than with the mine, you're like.
True,
I mean,
but with a mine we can set up and prepare.
Yeah, and your strategy.
Filament grenade, we can only throw one.
Yeah.
With the way I'm hoping to do this, if Jax allows it, is to have the whole field at once, right? Just wait for them to get as many of their troops on top of it as possible, and take care of that, and whatever is left, the AT guys take care of, and whatever troops may stream out, we have the MGs to lay down suppressive fire as we move in, so that we can get the maximum damage with the least difficulty.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Well, should I read on, or I mean, I've just so now we're down to 504. 504.
We need to remove at least 100.
Yeah.
At least 70. Let's see. Let's go to 40 filament, 40 AP. That's another 50, roughly, right?
Okay, so now we're down to 479.
If we move 30 though, 510. Yeah, all right.
What about the
else
backpack radio? Can we get rid of that? I mean, we have headset communicators in our helmets.
Yeah, but it's to call in choppers to X-Fellas.
Okay.
I mean, could we do with like 8 of the anti-mine tanks? No, anti-tank mines.
Yeah, we could do with 8, yeah, and maybe cut down so that instead of 5 AT, they only get 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Each. That is, so that would be 9 rockets.
Okay, so 9 instead of 8. So
No,
that's
9 instead of 15 rockets, and
right.
down to 8 AP mines. Now I hope I'm not taking too much command over this, guys. If I am, just tell me.
What about the senior knight? Should we have Jax just run an NPC as the senior knight? That way,
I think
Jax can kind
Asriel
of.
is taking that senior knight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had lost connectivity, so I missed that.
It's cool. I don't think it's anything typed in the chat. So what is the weight now, Padre?
The weight is 435. Did you guys hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. And we need to
Oh,
remove
cool.
another 3. Another
Yeah.
3 pounds. Fuck it, remove a filament.
Yes. So
Now we should be at
just one, or
432.
so just one monofilament.
Just remove one, yeah. From the, what was it? What were we on? 40 at this point, so that'd be 39 monofilament.
39. Yeah, so that's 435 for 32.
I think we hit our limit, hit our cap then. Good.
Yep. Cool. Okay, so you guys just want me to copy it in?
Did you write in, by the way, the ammo for the MGs?
Nope. Sorry.
Oh, that's 4 pounds per full load of shots, and we have 4 of those, so we're gonna need at least 4 of that. So that's 16
So
pounds
so
to remove.
you said it was 4? It was 4?
4 pound per full load of no wait, sorry, that's laser MG laser battery. What the fuck was it? Flechettes 160. What the fuck? This 120 MG flechettes. No, 240 flechettes can't weigh. Because it doesn't state. It just says it goes from 1 to 60 pounds. I think we need to ask Jax about that. But otherwise, I think we're there.
Sort of like a minigun.
He hasn't been bugging us about ammo except for rockets.
Oh, okay, so just screw that. Fine. Well, if that's the case, yeah, let's. I think we're there. I think we got what we want. Just a ton of carnage and death, and
Cool. Okay. Well,
I
and how
love
much?
how I love how you call him Deal. By the way, Asriel, how you call him Deal.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
I'm
think it's
Danish. Aftale is
you are
yeah, I'm
Danish?
Danish. Yeah, I
Cool,
am.
man. Me too.
All hail to the brotherhood.
Yeah, the motherland.
All praise
No.
the motherland. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're at 432. Just at the
Yes.
very limit, and the vast majority of toys I can play with, and I have my own remote detonator. Now I just hope that Jax will allow me to connect it all to that one detonator.
Just a second. How much for the ammo again?
I don't think he's gonna ask for that other than the rockets. So for now,
No. Okay.
wait.
Cool.
If not, if he does want it, we can ask. I mean, We should just be like, oh, there's one thing we forgot. We need to carry along with us. We need some wine we can sit and enjoy as the forest turns to hell on earth.
After the fight, when we get back to base, we can celebrate.
Fine. But
Well,
yeah,
we're not allowed to drink.
listen, Kunmir sir is gonna want something to drink, okay? He don't give no fucks about that. He ain't gonna drink when fighting, but the moment that shit is done, oh god, yeah, he want a beer.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Something I forgot to mention. Bullets. We have not used like bullet counting yet, but the thing is that we actually have been, but it has not been like all our rounds have been like the combats have been over in 5-6 rounds always. So there's not been any reason to start counting, but everything is recorded in the movie. So if there's a reason to think that bullets are finished, then I will go back and count them. I just don't feel like doing it live. Like if I mean, all of you have like been walking around with 3 mags of bullets, so there's no question that you have enough bullets. But this might not be and all the sergeants, they have 2 extra mags, and all the weapons come with full magazine.
And they're all coming with rifles or SMGs?
They have submachine guns. The sergeants have
SMGs, fine.
Yeah. And they have 60 bullets there and 2 extra mags.
Could those 60 be used in an MG?
Yes, it's the same. You will. The MG has a different cartridge, so someone have to take them out of there and put them in there. But it's the same bullets.
Because we were kind of like, we just hit our cap, and we were kind of like, oh god, we forgot the ammo for them. So we're kind of like, do they carry the ammo themselves for it?
I would strongly suggest not to hit the cap. Have a little bit room left to like do the trick with the bennies, and burn a benny and say, oh, we did not forget climbing or scuba diving gear. We have it here, right? Because things happen in the field you don't guess. So have some space, weight left to for something that's not thought of, like something might come up. But
here's the thing: a good half of what weight we have is probably going to be gone instantly.
Okay, but that's not the thing. You pack everything and go, right? And then you're like dropped into the area. But when you use the benny, you go back in time and say, I remember to pack this, right? So you have to have the room from. Okay. So yeah, how's it going? Have you are you finished? And remember, we can also
just about,
you can also like do it during the week, right? You don't need to do everything right now. So I don't know. Do we keep on story now, or do you want more time to plan?
We need more time.
Need more time? Okay, yeah.
The rest. Okay.
So we are at almost 2 hours and 15 minutes. So soon the normal playtime is ended. But you guys keep on discussing. I'll be back. Catch you later.
Very well. Yeah. So, should we cut down the... Oh, God, what can we cut away? I mean, we can cut down to 30 of each kind of... 35 of each kind of filament, monofilament and anti-personnel mines, and that should leave us a lot of wiggle room for being like, oh, wait, yeah, right, I remembered that.
So, what did you get about the bullets there? He mentioned them. Is he saying
that he hasn't really been anally counting it, but if it's like, yeah, nah, man, you're out of ammo, right? You're out of ammo. So we should probably take some along for them.
Yeah.
I'd say at least one extra magazine per, because we never know what happens, as he said. Other than that, yeah, I think 30 anti-personnel and 30. No, 35 anti-personnel, 35 monofilament mine should do it. And the rest should be for wiggle rooms of bennies, because we're like, oh yeah, right, we remembered that.
So you want like 30 personnel mines, anti-personnel?
35 anti-personnel og monofilament.
Cool.
So what does it say now?
It says 395.
What do you guys say? Do you think those 30 would be... Oh, no, right. We gotta add 1 max extra ammo magazine per MG.
And
of
how much?
240, and the weight, I don't know. That's the problem, because the way he wrote it doesn't make sense to me.
I don't get it either. Let's ask him.
So on Res, he says 3 MG flechette M max, 240 shots each is 12 pound. Or 12. So fuck it, that's what we're gonna go by. So that would be 4 pounds per magazine, if my math is correct. So we would get to 16 pounds for the 4 extra magazines would be carrying. Oh, that's cool, man.
It looks like the flechette MG weighs 16 by itself without, well, when it's fully loaded.
Hey, guys. So I think our time is finished soon. Do you have a lot left to discuss?
I mean, most we're just talking about ammo. The weight of a single
What about if
MG
you like do that
mag
finished in
is 4 pound, right?
what? Sorry, a single what?
The weight of a single MG mag of 100
Yes,
or
that's
240. That's
Yep,
4 pounds.
exactly. Yeah, but the
That's 4
bullets.
pounds, right?
Yep, but the bullets are the same as in all flechette. The all flechette are the same bullets. Even the
Yeah. That's
rifle,
not.
yeah.
We're just curious about the magazine,
Yes,
so we
yes,
can do the
that's
math right on it. Good.
4 pounds for 240 bullets. Yep.
All right, because then I think we maybe there even with a little bit of wiggle room.
Okay, cool.
So we can suddenly pull out of a tank out of our asses. By the way, quick question. This ambush, is this just an in and out thing, or is this like, hey, we gotta stay there?
The orders are you're gonna go in and out. I mean, if you don't
Very well.
succeed there, then things are going to go bad. Going to go bad for the whole.
Good, because we'd like to then at least request some choppers to be at the ready to
No,
expel us.
you have only the things that you have. It's only bombardments. Other missions you might
So
have choppers
we can't
ready.
get any kind of exfil.
No, not. In principle, you could try to requisite, but that's quite hard. Like you could try to convince someone that you need more.
Oh no, it's not for combat. It's just for getting us out again. That's all.
Oh, that's planned. That's planned. But the thing
good
is
because that's what I'm asking about. If we can get that, because we have taken a and I'm gonna say over here. We're taking along a backpack radio to call in when we're done with the mission to get that.
Oh, you cut off there in the end.
We're taking along a backpack radio to call for the exfiltration when we're done with the mission.
Oh yeah, those command.
So we can
mobile command something.
Not a mobile, a backpack radio.
Okay, but that mobile command is even further reach than the backpack radio.
It is.
Yeah, it's like. Yeah,
oh, okay.
Really.
Because I was kind of like, as far as I could see, it would be like a much larger thing, and we were kind of like, based on the map, we couldn't really see an area where we could.
You need the mobile command unit to call in bombardments. You can't do it on a radio.
I don't think we're going to use a lot of those, depending on how detonators work.
Yeah, so they like from far away, they shoot these rockets to where you have indicated. So there's some deviation, of course, but more or less they hit what they're shooting at.
But yeah, I can't wait to actually get a look at a proper version of the map for that, because that
and I see
my plan is
Azrael took the Senior Knight edge. Okay, cool, because he will have a bonus on calling in airstrikes when you're Senior Knight.
Well, so maybe we should then take along the mobile commands. And,
you need to have it to call in the airstrikes or rocket strikes.
I'd hate to have to break it. Have to spend time breaking it down. That's the thing. Because the way I'm looking at it is, we're doing this like a guerrilla style, right? Go in, hit hard, get the fuck out of there, and leave as little behind as possible. Yeah.
You're gonna get there slightly before the enemy arrives.
We're gonna need a long time.
Okay.
You're gonna need at least a couple of hours.
Yeah, you're gonna have a couple of hours. Yeah, not a day. Like maybe.
I'm gonna just need enough time to bury down about 170 mines.
Okay, you will probably need help on that. So you can't.
Good thing we have slaves. I mean, other squads.
Okay, cool. Okay, I need a moment, guys, and then I will continue with the. So you just wrap up, and then I'll jump in again. One moment.
Yeah. Okay. So, Patrick, you heard that?
Yeah, sort of. What do I need to write down?
Remove the backpack radio and switch it to a command center mobile.
Yes. And how much does that weigh?
8. And each, we need at least, I don't know, should we take more than one extra mag per MG? What do you guys think?
Padre, what's the weight?
The weight is 393.
Is that including the minimum of 4 magazine with the weight of 4 per?
Oh, so the 4 magazine with 4. Okay, so that's
I'm back.
400. That's 400.
So all the small arms, they are indicated with the weight of 1 full cartridge. So they come fully loaded, and the weight is included.
Yeah, we're just talking about bringing an extra magazine for the MGs that.
Really smart! Yeah, bring that along.
That we want the squads to be using, because I mean we're gonna utilize these fuckers. They're gonna be used. Yeah. This is a larger operation.
But the rocket launchers and grenade launchers, the ammo weight is not included, and they come with 0 ammo. So that you have to put on.
we have given them each. How was it 3 missiles per? Yeah, I think it was 3 missiles per.
Okay, so you
rocket
took the
launcher.
Dove or the Dove 2 or the Laws?
Dove 2.
Dove 2. Okay, those are big, heavy ones. Cool.
Yeah, we listen. We want this done properly, efficiently, and most of all, just about right, so we could get a big
cool.
fucking explosion.
Okay, cool. Okay, you guys done? You want to chat more? I had planned like some social interaction stuff after your planning session, but we're out of time now.
You can always have some time to talk as some social stuff while we wait for the ambush.
Yeah, but it was a little bit different, like some NPCs and stuff. We can do that the next after this mission. We could say that you had you're hurried away on your mission. So the next time we start with the mission. And did you guys choose which troop you wanted? Enemy, the light, medium, or
I don't think
heavy?
we even talked about that.
No, we didn't even talk about that. We were just like, okay, how do we best prepare for this? So I'm open for me.
Just again, the light one is like, yeah, it's really just shoot them and they're gone, more or less. The medium has some extra troops. The heavy is really, really heavy, and it also has some interesting troops, interesting enemy troops.
Maybe a mix of light and medium, or a combination of them.
Do you want that? So I combine the light and the medium.
Like just a ton of fucking cannon fodder. Yes, I want that.
But that also just
as
like
tightly packed as possible.
That also will mean a long combat. So just that also. Like I would say, if you think of the game, it would be maybe smarter to go up a level than to get more troops, just because there will be so much. I have nothing against it actually, but it will take a long time.
I mean, the thing is that with this case, now I don't know if there's a surprise element where they don't get to or how that works, but
yeah,
that's
the whole plan.
I don't think they're gonna have a chance. I don't think they're gonna.
That
be
sounds
much
perfect.
Of a challenge.
Okay, so
I hope. If either way, it's gonna be epic. So if nothing else, we got in a blaze of fucking glory.
Yeah. So the medium plus the light.
At least a lot of infantry, yeah.
Okay. I'll do that then. Okay. And as well, you took the sergeant senior knight, I understand. I don't think he can talk, right? Is that correct? He's...
Yeah, it's fairly late over there. I think his family's sleeping.
Okay, yeah. And he's been not talking for about an hour now. Okay, so how about you guys? You get an advance. Kuminsu gets an advance, even if you didn't play him last time. But if Fatal did, so you can take an advance if you want. Do you have any idea what?
No need to thank me for helping you get advances.
And also Padre and Venandi, you would need to do an advance, I think.
Sorry to interrupt, Jax, but my phone said like 1%, and I just want to say, thanks for the session and stuff before it dies.
Cool. Let's just do the advances in the chat. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Thanks, everyone. Awesome session.
Yeah, thank you. It was a super cool session, guys.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, sorry it took so long just talking about shit, but
that's it. That's what happens.
Getting properly prepped can mean the difference between just getting mowed down and mowing down.
Okay. See you guys.
Yep.
Bye.
All right.
Yes.
Bye.